I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Hey y'all, it's Kay from the Literary Apothecary, and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a hot second. I was gone from YouTube for about a week. Life just got so crazy. I couldn't do it. I didn't have the energy to make good videos, and I thought I'd rather put out no videos than bad videos, so I took a self-imposed break, and I apologize for the lighting in here. I'm still trying to figure out lighting situations at this time of the night where it's kind of like 6 o'clock at night, so the sun is starting to set and I don't have that natural light from outside, but bear with me. At least you can see half of my face, you know. So like I said, this is a weekly reading check-in instead of our bi-weekly reading vlogs. Next week is going to be crazy again, so this might be it as far as reading check-ins for 2 weeks. We'll see how I feel next weekend. This is for the past week. Now I'm rambling. This is going to be a hot mess. I've got a lot stuffed into this video, and so just bear with me, y'all. I've got timestamps down in the description below if you want to jump around. Feel free. So this is for the week of September 17th to the 24th-ish. First and foremost, in all of this rambling, let's say hello and welcome to some of our new subscribers, and especially Rare and Sweet As. Thank you so much for subscribing. It really means the world to me because without you, I'd just be sitting here talking to myself. So thank you for subscribing. And our new feature, our Booktuber Highlights. This week, we're going to be talking about one of my good friends, Alan, at the Library of Alexandria. Alan loves Discworld and KJ Parker books and just those unique books that no one else on Booktube is talking about. He is great. He has so much energy. He cares so much about what he's talking about and his subscribers and his patrons and his friends, and he's just really great to hang out with. And he has an amazing wife, Christina, who's like a Disney princess in real life. She's fantastic. And Alan has started this new series of videos about history. He's a Latin teacher. He knows so much about history, and he's doing videos about them now, and he just had the first one out about the Greeks, and it was so good. So I can't wait for more of those. If you haven't already, go check Alan out at the Library of Alexandria. I'll have his channel linked down below. He is absolutely fantastic. Now for some quick announcements. So tomorrow, Saturday the 24th, by the time you see this, it'll be the same day, I will be joining Leslie at the Nerdy Narrative for a live discussion about The Maid by Nita Prose. I read this as part of her Wine and Crime book club, and we've got our live discussion tomorrow, so I can't wait for that. In November, I will be part of a co-host for the Gutenberg Press Read-a-thon. So if you guys don't know, and I'll have a video about this later on once I can film it, but I think it's the Gutenberg Press is this huge online repository of free reading materials, free books, fiction, non-fiction, kids books, essays, just like a whole ton of stuff. So we're creating a bingo board with all different options of stuff that you can find on Gutenberg, and we're gonna have a readathon for it in November. So I will have an announcement video with much more details about that very soon. And then from December to January, I'll be a co-host for the Demons Read-Along, which will be held on the Codex Cantinus Discord. This is Demons by Fyodor Dostoevsky, and I can't wait to read more Dostoevsky. Now, let's talk about the books that I finished this week. So this week, I finished 5 books. I know, it's amazing. Finished Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, my reread of that. This was my read for the illustrated editions. They were absolutely beautiful. If you're part of my Discord, go to that channel on our Discord and you can see some of the pictures Leslie and I have been sharing as we've been making our way through. I also read A Day in the Life of Marlon Bundo, which is absolutely adorable. 5 out of 5 stars again. Stamped Racism, Anti-Racism, and You. This was a book that was adapted from its original book, stamped from the beginning, by Ibram Kennedy. And Jason Reynolds, with the permission and collaboration of Ibram Kennedy, adapted that book to a nonfiction book essentially for teenagers, all about racism and anti-racism and the differences between being an abolitionist and a segregationist and an anti-racist. And it was really, really good. I feel like everyone should read that book. And I gave that also 5 out of 5 stars. Lord John and the Private Matter. This is the first novel in the Lord John series. We have been making our way through the short stories and novellas, and then with the novels interspersed. This one I gave 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it. Y'all know how much I love Lord John Grey. It just didn't have that 5-star Outlander feel, but it was still really good. And then the last book I finished this week was Jade Legacy by Fonda Lee, and this is the final book in the Green Bone saga, and this book was incredible. It wasn't perfect. I thought that the timeline was hard to follow at times because it jumped around a lot, and it didn't necessarily make it very clear how far we are into the future, how far we're jumping. But that ending, like the last 10 chapters, just absolutely sealed it as a 5-star read for me. So that was 4 5-star reads just this week alone, which is so exciting. Now my current reads are, I've gone back to the Lord John Grey novellas. Now I'm on the Lord John and the Succubus, reading House of Salt and Sorrow for our shelf space pick of the month, Beloved, and The Great Gatsby graphic novel for our Banned Books readathon. Now let me do I've got a quick book haul for you all after that. So the first book up on my book haul is a book that an author sent me for a honest review. I'm going to be reading this in October, and I can't wait. This is the 12 Blades in Contempt, book 1 of the Epic of Egisha by Jordan Darrett. Jordan saw my channel, thought I would enjoy this book, and sent me an email, and I read the description of it, and I thought it sounded absolutely great. Aya is a Gingu, a hidden assassin of the Agashan Empire. The black sheep of her clan, she grapples for a connection with her deity. Chafing under the heavy expectations of her father, a collision with a rival clan provides her with the chance to prove herself. But a grievous mistake sets her on a path against the immortal empress herself, the sorceress of storms. As civil unrest widens the cracks in the empire, giving way to the winds of contempt, Aya must decide for herself whether to remain loyal to the throne or help forge a new path towards independence. So that got me really interested in this book. It sounds really good, and I don't know, I just love that cover. It's kind of like fantasy meets historical fiction, and it's a short book. It's like 270 pages, and it just sounds really, really fascinating. So I can't wait to get to this. And this is Jordan's first novel, his debut novel, so I can't wait. And then my stepdad gave me a small box of books, some of which I won't keep, but some of which I will keep for rereads. There we have The Crossing by Cormac McCarthy. This is one of very few Cormac McCarthy books that I haven't read yet. I read most of his books in a grad school class that I had, but this one is one that I haven't read yet, so I'm excited to get to that. The Essential Writings of Ralph Waldo Emerson. I can't say that I've read everything Ralph Waldo Emerson has written, but I've read a good share, and I actually had a quote of his at the start of my MFA thesis I forget the quote now, of course, because it's been forever. Something about ancestors, or I don't know. And then the last book that I'm going to keep out of that haul is a autobiography by Jerry Seinfeld called Is This Anything? Which just sounds good. I mean, autobiographies by comedians tend to be really, really good. So I'm looking forward to that also. And then the last book that I took out of that box, not to resell, but I'm having a giveaway for this now, because I already own this and I've already read it and absolutely loved it. This is one of my favorite books so far this year. That is A Natural History of Dragons by Marie Brennan. So I'm doing a giveaway of this copy of this book. This is a paperback book in excellent condition, like barely even read, barely even touched. So if you want to win this book, all you need to do is tell me in the comments below what is your favorite read this year, or your favorite reads if you're like me and you can't choose just one. I will take everyone who's entered in the comments below, put them on our wheel name, and spin to see who wins it, and then we'll find out hopefully in the next weekly reading check-in, bi-weekly reading vlog, whenever that happens. So if you want to win A Natural History of Dragons, come by and let me know in the comments what your favorite read so far this year is. That's it for now. I've done enough rambling. I hope that some of this made sense. As always, my Patreon, my Discord information will be in the description below. There's no pressure to join either, but we have a ton of fun at both. Keep reading, and I love y'all to the moon and back. Bye.